You guys have been relentless. Doesn't matter what video we're posting, a comparison video, first ride, shootout, no matter what we post, we keep getting the same question. Where's the Talaria Komodo? Well, you dragon lovers, today is your day, because that bike right there is a Talaria Komodo, and we're gonna do a bike check on this bike right here. All right, you reptile freaks. Just kidding. Komodo lovers. What do we see when we look at this bike when you lay eyes on the Komodo for the first time? Well, let's talk about, maybe some pros and some cons. Pros, man, this is squarely in the mid-size category. It's a great thing that Talaria did this. It's clear that this is an Ultra Bee competitor. I love the ergos of the bike. The stature of the bike is really nice. And man, a big thing that we just talk about, and it's exhausting to talk about really, is why don't these mid-size bikes get a 21-inch front? Well, Talaria did that with the Komodo. They've got a 21 in the front and an 18 in the rear. So hats off to you, Talaria, for doing that. So a big praise, obviously, for the 21-inch front wheel, but man, a bit of a concern for the tire that comes on this bike. Tires are something that we will regularly change on any of our bikes, and this is going to be a quick upgrade for us because this is a very, very low profile front tire for this thing. It's a 70-121. You hardly ever see this size tire, and it just is lacking a ton of sidewall. So I would be worried about denting the rim with this little tire, and just front end feel is going to be lacking. So not a huge deal. Tires aren't the most expensive thing. It could be that Talaria put these on here to save weight and to get better range numbers, but if you're riding off-road, this thing is not going to cut it. Don't mind the raindrops. We're starting to get a little drizzle here, so the bike's getting a little wet, but what you'll notice is the fit and the finish of the Talaria. We've always loved Talarias here. They have really great build quality. We still have an MX-4 that probably has the highest mileage out of any of the bikes in our fleet, and that thing has been bulletproof. And so you really notice that with the Komodo, the quality of the parts, they're really nice. The bike fit and finish looks really nice. The welds look good. It just looks like a solid bike. So I do not think that you are going to be disappointed with the quality of the Komodo. For the price, this is really a premium build quality. One thing you hear me talking a lot about are motors on this channel. Talaria is famously known for having gear reduction or gearbox motors. The Komodo's no exception. This bike has it too. So, the belt-driven bikes, they save a lot of weight, but I personally like to have a gearbox just so I don't have to worry about belts, and Komodo ticks that box. So that's a huge benefit to the Komodo. In talking about our precious motor here, it is super vulnerable. This skid plate does not look like it's going to do much, and I don't think there's any aftermarket options yet for the Komodo. But man, is that motor vulnerable in that position. Clearly that type of thing doesn't matter if you're not riding in rough terrain, but we are. We see a lot of rocks, and I'm gonna be really nervous about having this motor sitting out exposed like that without any coverage. So aesthetically, I understand why you would do a more streamlined skid plate like that, but I would like to see something with some more protection to keep our precious motor protected. Another thing we like, full-size seat, right? That's a thing that have been lacking on some of the lightweight bikes. Komodo's got a full-size seat. It has great plastics too, full-size fenders, a number plate, good shrouds where you can kind of squeeze your knees into the bike. So good job on the plastics and the seat. So with the seat, there is a like and a dislike there. I do like how easy it is to just pop the seat off. There it is. Pretty easy to pop the seat off there, and the lid just opens really easily. Once you remove the key, the lid opens really easily, and it's easy to access your battery. However, it feels a little bit flimsy when you're putting this back on with this latch here. This latch is made of plastic, and the engagement has been a little problematic for us so far. So definitely a big positive, just the design of this and the ease of popping it on and off. Access to the battery, access to charging, and all of that is really easy. But I do have just a few concerns about that mechanism holding up over time. and how important it is because it keeps your seat attached to the bike. So talking about handlebars and controls on the Komodo, one really nice feature of this bike is that it has forward and rearward bar position. So you can move the bar closer to you or further away. That's a nice feature. Staying on handlebars and controls, actually pretty nice grips. It's like standard Talaria grips. So these are nice. I like that the bar area is pretty minimal. They're still using just this egg rider display. I prefer that as a dirt bike rider. I think it's simple, easy to use, easy to read, and there's some really nice functions in here too. You can turn off tilt sensors, kickstand sensors, and also the lanyard option, which I prefer to do. Like I said, I'm a dirt bike guy. I think it's good that they have this option because we might start seeing manufacturers need to put these on bikes for compliance for racing, but when you're not doing that, I would prefer to not worry about this getting snagged on something and pulling off. But it's nice that in the menu you can go in and just shut that off and not use it at all. But good to have, good to be able to shut off. Sticking on the controls, regen lever. This is another really cool one. You can change regen settings really easily on the display over here, and then you can press this lever to add regen, and it's progressive, so the more you push it, the harder it gets. That's a really nice feature, and it's good to just use if you're trying to slow down going downhill and you just don't want to lock up the brakes. So I really like that feature as well. Super easy to grab right on your thumb right there. Brake levers. This is a very nice feature, but I think it's a slight miss in the same regard. It's awesome that they gave us adjustable levers. However, the adjustment isn't really where we would want it. If you back this all the way in and try to get the levers as close to the bars as possible, they're still pretty far away from the bar. And so for this to really be useful, we'd want to see the levers get a little bit closer to the bar. But I like where Talaria was going with this, just a little bit of a miss on the execution. Rear shock, folks. The nice thing about the rear shock, you've got high speed and low speed compression adjustment, and it's finger adjustable. It makes it really easy to do on the fly. Same for your fork right here. Finger adjustable for the compression up top. That's a really nice feature. Just makes it really easy to change settings on the fly. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows in the suspension department, just even as a first look. It's got a variable rate spring. I'm not typically a fan of that for the rear shock. I want to see a single rate spring, and that's probably what we're going to change it to. So it's not the end of the world. It's a really easy thing to swap out, but not sure why that decision was made for the rear shock spring. Swing arm, another thing that you hear me talking a lot about on this channel, and Talaria did a great job with this. It's a partially boxed swing arm. It doesn't look like it's fully boxed, but it's much more beefed up than other competitors that we see in this category. I'm speaking specifically to the Surron Ultra Bee. That's a flaw that we see on the Ultra Bee, but this is a much beefier swing arm, so hoping for less flex and less potential for cracking a swing arm. Staying in the back area of the bike, we've got a 520 chain, good job on that, and a chain guide. This thing is burlier than a lot of the other ones on other bikes, and it looks like it's got beefier mounting positions too, which is a flaw on other bikes. Not only do they not come with a good chain guide, but also the tabs to mount the chain guide to the swing arm are pretty flimsy. So when you do upgrade the chain guide, you can break those tabs off easily. So it looks like Talaria did a good job on the swing arm here. So when it comes to sprockets, you actually get extra sprockets with the Komodo. That's pretty rare, unusual thing, but really nice. We've got the 53 tooth on the back right now, but you also have a 50 tooth, and you have a 15 for the front. So you can mix and match whether you're going for torque and acceleration or top speed. Right out of the box, you can kind of tailor your bike to whichever sprocket combo works best for your riding. That's pretty cool and unique. Bike also comes with a rim lock. Nice work. Rim locks are good. All that power of the Komodo, keep the tubes and mooses where they're supposed to be. And you get a tool kit, which is really nice. It's got an adjustable torque wrench, different bits for the bike specifically, and something that you can carry around and work on your Komodo if you need to make some adjustments. So nice work on Talaria for adding that stuff. One of the more controversial topics around the Komodo is power claims. So Talaria claims 32 kilowatts on this bike. That's been hotly contested. The big question mark with that is, where do they measure it? Because they don't disclose if they measure that at the motor or at the rear wheel. But what Talaria does claim is 754 Newton meters of torque at the rear wheel, which is a lot. But a lot of people say the bike doesn't feel like it's got 32 kilowatts. And one thing I'm gonna point out is nominal power reads 8.6 kilowatts. So that's a big difference. Obviously peak and nominal are gonna feel quite a bit different. And I am all for keeping companies honest and making sure everybody's reporting correct numbers, but I think we can all agree that Talaria Komodo power is enough. It's a fast bike, we know that. Oh my goodness, that is losing the front end almost. Another debatable topic is weight. 216 pounds is the claim from Talaria on the Komodo. In some regards, it feels heavier than that, specifically in the rear end, I feel like. But weight isn't a bad thing. So we'll put it on our scale, we'll give you our number. But honestly, 216 pounds is right in the sweet spot, in my opinion. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right guys, as it's starting to rain on me, this is the Komodo Bike Check video. I'm not gonna do a review in this video. I wanna hear from you guys. It's clear that we're a little bit late to the party on the Komodo. That is not by design. I wanted to get the Komodo much earlier than this, but there are some politics involved. It's kind of hard to get these in the United States, and I wasn't just about to go buy one on Alibaba and just shoot my shot. I've been talking to Talaria for years about the Komodo and wanted to do this right. Oh yeah, once somebody said that we're paid to not talk about this bike. Hey man, if you think that, that is the funniest thing I've heard all year. Nobody tells us, nobody has any control on what bikes we can and can't talk about. That ain't happening at ECR, so if you think that, please take your tinfoil hat off for the rest of the crowd. So anyways, the point of this, I wanna hear from you guys. What do you wanna know about the Talaria Komodo, man? You guys have asked endlessly about the Komodo, but it's just like Talaria Komodo, question mark? What is it about the Komodo that you wanna know? Tell me in this video so I can see it, and then we can go back out and do more ride videos with this bike. We can do our standard review, we'll put more seat time on it. I'll give you more actual ride feedback. We've been riding it a bunch, so I can relay that stuff, but I just wanna know from you guys, what is it that you wanna see? And then we can put this Komodo question mark in our comments to the rest. But thank you guys for watching. Stoked to be sitting on this bike. Thanks for keeping me honest. Appreciate it. See ya.